What game do you think about when you think about a complete flop on the Game Boy? Araknie here certainly thinks about Tiny Toon Adventures 2 Montana's Movie Madness. We got our Game Boy third. Gotta get at least one for each platform. It's the rule. I'm gonna compare this game to the first release and nothing else and see if it doesn't sound like a massive downgrade. Let's start from the story. Montana Max has bought the new hottest theater and is putting on it only movies starring him. They are quite bad. So the Toons band together. Wait, not this time. Buster Bunny goes into the movies to become the star and make Montana the villain each time. Yeah, you'll be alone this time around. And that's already one pretty big downgrade compared to the original title. That would have been fine if you had a pretty interesting range of attacks. You get a pitiful kick with the A button, avoid doing that for most of the game. And you can jump on enemies with B. There's no throwing objects anymore, no more character switching. You're all alone, sucker! You get a new move as in the form of a similar spin dash as Sonic, but terrible. Especially since, unlike the Mega Drive controller, the Game Boy D-pad doesn't have 8-directional movement. It's terrible since after the first level they're gonna introduce jumps that require running for you to go on longer and higher, and it might just not connect because of the stiffness of the 4-way movement. There's a section where you're chased by water and you're supposed to be doing this move multiple times and it's gonna be pure pain. I've sped this up quite a lot, but it takes a long ass while to even get lucky. I was seriously considering spending only a certain amount of time, even more than an hour to be completely fair to it, and then giving up. I couldn't believe I could do it, but then it happened. And that's how you got this review. I don't give a vote to once I haven't finished. On that note, the game has only 5 levels. They sure are long, but they are mostly boring. I liked one, the future movie stage. It had plenty of creativity, but after that, nothing. I was ready to consider this a pretty mediocre entry, and then it got worse. You don't get to have the credits and receive a not so great ending on first playthrough. Buster Bunny literally will tell you that you're not good enough for that, and you gotta play hard mode to get the ending. Oh, fuck me, not again. It's been a while, and here it rears its ugly head. I wouldn't have liked it, but I was ready to tackle it, so I informed myself on game FAQs to see what that entailed. Let's read it together. By pressing A and start at the title screen, you get a hard mode function. In hard mode, Buster Bunny is reduced to 2 hearts instead of 3, and all of Max's boss forms take 6 hits instead of 3. You also get a different ending. Well, that sounds like total trash. No thanks, I'm fine with the shit-ass ending. It's an extreme pity because everything else surrounding it was honestly fantastic. The art style is very charming and even closer to the cartoon, with many nice touches like animation in the level elements and in the backgrounds. A joy to look at all the details, that's for sure. And the music? Wow, I didn't expect this. It sounds like the OST of the cartoon, but in 8-bit form. I couldn't believe my ears. They tried to use a few seconds of the title theme riff and worked a tune from there. That's an interesting exercise in creativity. In both cases, I have to commend the future movie level for knocking it out of the park. It feels to me, and I include the gameplay in that, they had a fantastic base with this stage in particular and then built a Tiny Toon game around it. If only the rest of it wasn't so hard and boring. Since that's unfortunately the case, I'll say that Tiny Toon Adventures 2 Montana's Movie Madness gets a 4 out of 10. It's just so much less than the first Game Boy title. People might say that they streamlined it to make it more mainstream and appealing. To me, all those words are poison instead and make me snooze. If you wanna see me play the games that I will review, plus some extra stuff, catch me on Twitch at Araknie Retro. It's my natural habitat, you see? Until next time, ciao ciao!